Today I'm going to teach you how to knit one of these super popular chunky blankets. So I've been seeing these for a couple of years now. They've been popular for a while. But if you know anything about them, then you know that they're super expensive, like several $100s at least, if not more, like $500. And then so I thought, well, I'll just make one myself. But if you look up merino wool online, then you'll see that just the balls of yarn are super expensive too, $100, sometimes more than that. Add in shipping and you're talking several $100s for a throw blanket and a blanket that you'll just use occasionally. So I'd kind of forgotten about it, and the other day I was in Michael's and I noticed this new brand of yarn that they have there. So it's like a chunky look to it. It is not wool, it's acrylic, but I obviously made a blanket with it already. It's super heavy, feels just like wool, super warm when you put it on your lap, and I just feel like you could fool just about anyone with this. Like, it looks exactly the same as the merino wool, feels very, very similar, but obviously it doesn't have the price tag. So this was $34.99 at Michael's. They always have the 50% off coupon, so it was like just under $18 for this ball of yarn. And I have never knit before in my life. I know how to crochet and do and sew and things like that, but knitting is never something that I had done before. But I really love the look of the like textured, like chain look on these blankets. Like, that's what I really love. I think they look so beautiful, like draped over a couch or a chair or something like that. And so I really wanted to be able to knit it to get that look. So I discovered a really simple way to basically work it on a table and just use your hands. You don't even need any tools. So you can have one of these super popular blankets without the high price tag. Use your hands, ball of yarn, hands, table. That's literally all you need. I'm going to show you everything you need to know how to make it. Let's get started. Okay, so here we go. So you have the end of your yarn. So the first thing that you need to do is cast on. So we're going to make a loop like this. This is the working yarn and this is the end. Those are just like kind of terms that we use. You're going to loop the working yarn in and make a little like slip knot here. And you do want to make sure that you have a little bit of a tail, so that way you can weave it into the blanket when you're all through with it. The first step is to make our chain stitches. So depending upon how big you want your blanket, this is going to be sort of the basis for the blanket. So like, if you want it to be 25 inches, then you do, then you would measure your chain and go from there. So we're making like a lapgan. So it's like the perfect size to throw over a couch or put right on your lap. It's not huge. It's not going to cover up a bed, nothing like that. So here we go. Take your loop. All you're going to do is pull through like this, and that's going to be stitch number 1, like that. And then you take your loop, pull it through, 2, and you're just gonna keep on going. So there's 2. We're gonna do 20, 3, 4, 5, and you want them to kind of be all the same, to the best that you can. So here we are, we're at 20 stitches. It's time to start working into each of our stitches, or we're at 20 chains, time to start working into our stitches. Here is where we're going to work into. It's pretty easy to see. You're just going to take your fingers in like this and pull up a loop. Try to make them as uniform as you can, these loops. It'll just give your blanket a nice uniform look. You can really control the tightness of your blanket. So if you wanted a blanket that was maybe a little bit smaller but had super tight, thick, it was just really thick instead of like having holes in it, then this is how you would just pull all of these much tighter than I'm doing here. But I like the looser look, so we're just gonna do it just like this, and you're just gonna go all the way down. Super simple. And you'll find that you'll get really fast with it once you kind of get the idea and the tension and all of that right. And I'm pretty confident that someone, a beginner, someone who really doesn't have experience even working with yarn at all, or doing any sort of handiwork like this, like crochet, knit, whatever, I think you could do it in probably an hour, maybe a little bit more. It took me less than an hour, but I have some experience. I don't have knitting experience like I talked about, but I do have crochet. So you saw here, let me do that again. This was the last of the original chain, but we're gonna loop through it like that and make another loop. And then we go here. And we keep. Okay, so here's how we finish. So you've just completed this row. Make sure you leave plenty of tail on the end. So this is gonna be the end of our blanket. So we're gonna take 2 loops and we're gonna pull our working yarn through, just like that. And then now we have 1 loop on our hand, we're gonna grab another loop, and then we're gonna pull our working yarn through again, just like that. And then pick up another loop, and pull our working yarn through, pick up another, just like that. So for our last loop, here, I'm going to pull it all the way through, and then you're going to want to just kind of make a knot. Oops. To just secure it, make sure it's not going to come apart. Then we're gonna turn our blanket over and weave in this tail piece. So there's really, everybody does this a little bit differently, but basically you just take it and kind of just tuck it in. You just want to kind of try to hide it. That knot over here should stop it from unraveling, but this is just to kind of hide it. Just get it tucked up and away so you don't see it. And actually I'll probably cut the rest of that tail off. Let's do that. And we're done. I really hope that you followed along and were able to make one of these super fun, easy, inexpensive blankets for yourself. Throw it over the couch, put it in your lap, give it as a gift this Christmas. I think it would also make a great baby shower gift, a perfect little blanket for a crib. The finished length on this one is 40 inches by about 25. And like I said, just under $18 for that ball of yarn from Michaels. But if you just decide that you're not really interested in making one for yourself, I can make one for you. I have an Etsy shop and I'll put the link down below and you can buy one for yourself in whatever color you would like. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.